What's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Fares Muthana. Welcome to another great edition of Good Friends, Better Rivals. Today, we are breaking down our other thoughts on the game last week, as well as training camp this week. The New York Giants had joint practice against the New York Jets, as well as previewing the upcoming preseason Week 2 matchups between the Jets and the Giants and the...
Who we're playing?
That's when you chime in with the Cowboys and the blah, blah, blah.
The Ravens.
All right, there it is. And the Ravens, guys. The man you heard is my right-hand man, Caleb. Caleb, how are you, bro?
I'm doing okay.
That's
Chilling.
good. That's good. That's good to hear. Caleb, let's bring you right into it, man. No joint practices for this week for you, right? Did y'all don't do joint practices, right, with the Ravens?
No, because we were in Oxnard, so
Yeah. Well, sorry. I'm just saying.
I'm flying all the way out there for joint practice.
Well, are you guys gonna be? I didn't. What?
They're not gonna fly across the country just to go do joint practice with the Cowboys.
But aren't you guys facing the Cowboys?
What are you talking about? We are the Cowboys.
No, I mean, aren't you facing the Ravens?
Yeah. So why would they fly out that far to do a joint practice?
So, but you're flying to them.
No, we're flying back to Dallas.
So you're gonna have your game in Dallas.
Yes.
So listen how stupid your team is. You're having training camp in a different city, then you're gonna fly to another city to play a game.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have training camp in Arlington?
Because that's not what we do.
It seems like a little bit too much unnecessary travel, my guy.
How is it necessary?
Let me see if I fixed
We
it already.
expand our reach of fans to the whole West Coast, where they can come and see the Cowboys play practice football. Like, how is that so much of a big deal?
It's a pretty big deal.
And now we actually broke camp, and now we're in the preseason. See, now we transition into the preseason.
Yeah. Deal. It's still not fixed. Thank you, Deal, for pointing that thing. I thought I did, but it didn't. I don't know what the hell's happening. So yeah, I guess we'll fix that later. But okay, sure. It just seems like it's just unnecessary travel.
How's it unnecessary travel?
It just seems unnecessary.
Why is it unnecessary?
Because you're in Oxnard, then you're flying to Dallas, then you're gonna fly back to Oxnard.
No, that's what I just said. We broke camp. No more training camp. Now we're in the preseason.
So why aren't you in Why aren't you in Dallas already?
Well, they are in Dallas.
Okay, then why? Okay, but so why don't the Ravens fly to Dallas, have joint practice, be in Dallas for the week, and then play the game like other teams do?
Because they didn't do that.
Okay, then they didn't do that. That's
that team. Now you're saying that you want to do the Ravens to do unnecessary travel.
No, but if you're flying to Dallas and you stay,
why would
in Dallas,
they need to fly a week? Early?
No, because it's an away game. They're gonna fly anyway.
Okay.
So fly early.
They don't need
some joint practicing.
They don't need to fly out that early.
Yeah. No, you reacted like I said something stupid when I didn't. That's why I'm pissed off.
No, I'm just saying what you're talking about unnecessary traveling. They don't need to fly out early.
If they want to join, I'm just saying.
It's not joint practice. Not that big of a deal where they need to be doing that.
I'm just saying if they did, it would make sense.
Because you're doing the Jets right in the same place.
It would make sense because it's an away game.
Why did you have a joint practice with the Jets? Maybe because you both are in New Jersey.
But we didn't have a joint practice for the Bills. We're literally in the same area too.
No, they're across the state. What are you talking about?
No, they're not across the state.
They are across the state.
You act like it's across
a big
the country.
It's a big state.
It's not that big of a state.
It is a very big state.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
The Niners could go to the Rams and do a joint practice. It's not that far.
That's pretty far.
And California is a bigger state.
Have they done that?
I'm just saying they could. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have.
Because it's unnecessary travel. Exactly.
I'm just saying, no, it's not. Because they're staying for the week.
But why would they need to stay for a week?
Because they're practicing all week leading up to the game.
Why don't they just stay there and just do what they do normally? And
that's literally what they do during the regular season. They fly during the week.
Yeah, but this is just the preseason. It's not that big a deal to have a joint practice.
Your practice
Doing practice is gonna like give you a level up.
not that crazy of an idea. You acting like I said
Yeah,
something.
but it's just unnecessary. You're talking about what's unnecessary and what is necessary.
No. I thought you were in Oxnard and then you were flying to like you were in Oxnard, then you got to fly to Dallas. And that's what I thought, but you're not. So I said, okay, good point. Then I said, oh, but then the Ravens could fly to Dallas and
But we
stay an
weren't in
entire
Dallas
week.
yet. We were still in LA.
But you just said you broke camp.
Yeah, just very recently, like yesterday. Not a week early.
Then lead with that. You didn't lead with that. You didn't lead with that. You said you broke camp, so I assumed you've been in Dallas all week. You didn't lead with that.
Why would you assume that?
Oh
that's your fault for assuming.
Because you said you broke camp.
Yes, yesterday.
Oh, then say that first.
Why do I need to be specific? Like,
because you're the Dallas Cowboy expert.
Okay, don't just assume things.
Welcome to Good Friends, Better Rivals, everybody. My name is Fares Muthana. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, man.
How am I an idiot?
You're an idiot.
You're the one who's assuming things like an idiot.
God. I didn't drop an F-bomb, by the way. In that entire yelling, I didn't do it. Okay. They finally broke camp, and they're finally back in Dallas. So, Caleb, what did you see from your team that decides to travel midweek, even though I don't understand? What did you see from them?
What did I see from them? Well, I think the last practice was a lot better. Or at least they looked a lot better, especially on defense, which has been the problem, obviously.
Yes, it is. Last week we talked about it.
Yeah, I think more because they were just really physical in that last practice. It was a padded practice, and they were hitting the guys hard. A lot of the clips showed like the defensive players hitting hard. Murphy Bell like hit a guy, knocked him down. So they were hitting hard in practice. So I would say that was one of the better practices that the defense have had. All throughout camp. So that was an improvement. Hopefully that carries into the Ravens game because they're going to be hitting hard as well. So we're going to need to be battling with them. So it's been better on defense. Offense still looks good. Just hoping that the thing is that we're not going to start Dak Prescott or the starting offense again, and it doesn't look like we're not going to be starting them at all in either one of these games because I don't know. I guess it's more because it might be a Jerry thing where he just doesn't want to cost another season of Dak getting hurt. And he's
probably saw what happened to Tony Romo.
He's been adamant, about talking about players getting hurt that he paid, and obviously he just did that last year. And I just don't think he wants to do that again. He doesn't want to see his investment hurt again on the sideline. So it might even be just Jerry thing more than even a coaching thing, which sucks because I would want to, after not playing since halfway through the year last year, I would think he would need to get at least some snaps in the preseason to get prepared for that Eagles game because it's a long time since he's played in a real game. So that does worry me. And it does worry me about the rest of the starters, even on the offensive line, getting their their stuff together. The cohesion with the offensive line is very important. I don't worry about the receivers. I think at least the top two receivers, I think they'll be ready to go. But the running backs need to go out there, like especially the veterans, the Miles Sanders, the Javonte Williams. They need to go and prove something. I don't understand how you can say they're the number one, they're the starting backs when you have not seen any of them. So they need to play in this game, and I'm not sure if they will or not, but they need to at least show that they deserve to be spot. Because right now, I mean, I would be cool with just Jaden Blue, Phil Maffa, and Miles Sanders, and just get
Malik Davis.
Williams.
Malik Davis played,
or Malik Davis, like he was good too. So I would be good with just going with the young guys and get rid of the old guys.
So the old guys are who to you?
Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams.
So just cut them and just go with Maffa, Davis, and Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right now because they haven't. I don't think they've shown or proven anything that they deserve to be like the starting backs on the team. So, uh, or they're even better than the other guys. Especially Vontae Williams doesn't look like he has much burst left in those knees. Um,
I did would definitely tell you that.
so I mean, so you might as well go with the young guys and see what they got. I mean, Phil Maffa looked good. Obviously, Malik Davis looked good, and Blue has been looking good prior to his injury. He was looking good throughout camp. So either show up and do something in this game, or why are you on the scene? Then go like we'll just go with the young guys.
But Caleb, but are you going to be able to evaluate them properly if your first unit offensive line's not out there?
That's why I said they should play.
Okay.
But I mean, even with the backup of the line, the Malik Davis did pretty well.
It's true. It's true.
So if he can go out there and have a good game, so can you.
That's a fact. And you're a veteran, so you should know how to manipulate offensive lines. You're against it is backups on backups, so
And
you should have.
the offensive line, they actually that was one of the bright spots of the game. Even the backup offensive lines looked pretty good. They held up against a good Rams pass rushing defense. They were actually looking pretty good in that game. I don't think they really pressured a lot.
It's like the Giants against the Bills. The Giants really helped negate the trio, the rookie trio of the Bills. So the backups for the Giants actually look pretty good. So I don't know if it's defensive lines are like not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or offensive lines are improving, depending on yeah.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to see. I did talk about this on the post game. Maris Leofau had a fantastic game. He was going out there all over the place. And the reason why they were running all over us is because a lot of the pretty much all the linebackers were not. We understand the defensive line is not great. But they were getting taking up blockers at least. So
should free up the linebackers to make a play downhill.
Like they got to fill the gap.
Yep.
Their linebackers weren't there. That's why they were gaining so many yards, because the linebackers did not fill the gap.
But you just said Maurice Leofau had a great game.
He did. None of the other guys did.
Oh, it's like Jack Sanborn and
Jack Sanborn, which didn't no show.
Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth Murray no show, and whoever else was out. Whoever else was out there.
Why does Maurice Leofau looks a little small?
He does. I mean, how big is he supposed to look?
No, because I saw him next to his girlfriend at WNBA All-Star Weekend.
Well, she's a WWE player. I mean, what you want him to
she's
compared to her?
No, I just assume he would be slightly bigger than her.
I mean, she's a basketball player. Usually they're tall.
What? No, I understand tall. I'm talking about big. I'm talking about width. He looked like the same size as her. Like that's what I thought, and I'm like, this dude's pretty small.
Well, he's pretty small. Himself.
Yeah, he can handle himself, but he looks pretty small. Can that be a problem? Could he get washed away with bigger guards as they go downhill towards him?
Well, that's the problem. That's why the defensive line has to get better, and we have to sign someone that actually can take up blocks.
Yeah, because I remember last year that was one game. There was one game where Micah Parsons was a non-factor because the offensive line kind of just like he was smaller than the offensive lineman, and they kind of just brushed him away. He had no impact whatsoever. Could that be a problem with Maurice Leofau in the future? Because
that's the problem with all the linebackers right now.
Yeah, they're too small.
They're not. They're too small. They don't know where to be.
Your linebackers or linebackers in general?
Our linebackers. Your
linebackers in general.
Yeah. They don't know how to fill gaps. They're not doing their job out there. So that's gonna be a problem. Like, yeah, we need Overshown back. Pretty.
But he's not that big either.
Yeah, but at least he makes plays.
Yeah, it's true. But I think no offense to DeMarvion, I think unless he's like Thomas Davis and he only tore the ACL, I don't think you're gonna get DeMarvion Overshown big play like the stuff we saw last year, because 2 back-to-back ACL injuries. But different knees or same knee?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Because if it's the same knee, I don't want to say he's not going to reach the heights of what we projected, but back-to-back massive knee injuries are a problem. There's been a lot of conversations about Odell Beckham Jr. and how, what happened to his career. I'll tell you what happened to his career. It's very simple. He tore his ACL twice, back-to-back years, in Cleveland, and then the following year, he's half a year with Cleveland. They trade him to the Rams, and then he tears his ACL in the Super Bowl, and then his career's over. He can't cut, can't run, knee's gone. I don't want that to happen to DeMarvion, because you don't want to see someone's career end up that way, and especially him. He's only 2 years in. And you don't want to see that. So I hope he comes back for you. But I don't know, Caleb. I don't know. I don't have high hopes. I wouldn't put your hat on DeMarvion Overshown getting back what he showed you those couple of games last year. I just wouldn't.
Well, he came back looking great after the injury the first time, so that's why I can bet on that. He'll do what he needs to do to get back healthy. And
that's what Odell Beckham Jr. And then it happened again.
Yeah, but
we'll see. Unless he's a genetic freak in Thomas Davis, well, we won't know. We won't know. He could be different.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he'll come back strong.
Okay.
And then most of the talk this week was just all the off the field stuff with Jerry Jones and his premiere of his documentary. A lot of the talk with him saying that he just likes to cause drama just to get the headlines, and that
we know Jerry.
This is soap opera, like the same things that we already knew. That was mostly the focus. Just all the reporters talking to him and him going back and forth, Micah Parsons, him saying that he there's nothing stopping him from talking. He's just not going to, I guess. Basically, he wants Micah to come to him. He's basically saying, you're under contract, so go play.
Yeah.
And it's up to, and Parsons basically has, 3 options. You can obviously do that and just go play under the contract. Or he can hold out and miss money, or he can sign a new contract and play under the new contract.
Well, is the new contract there?
Well, the new contract is what they agreed on back.
Well, they agreed on.
Well, yes.
They agreed on.
If he signs that. So those are his options.
Which option do you think he's going to take?
He probably should. I think he's going to play.
On the old contract?
Yes.
How many years does he have left? 2?
1.
Just this year?
Yeah.
That's it?
This is the 5th-year option year.
Yeah. And basically they have him for the next 3 years due to franchise tagging.
Franchise tag him, yes.
That's
why he doesn't have any leverage.
Yeah, which I completely, to this day, that's why I'm mad. Like, that is so illegal. And the NFLPA literally have a precedent in another sport that bans this, and they don't fight it. And baseball, this dude's named Curt Flood. He negotiated a contract with the St. Louis Cardinals where he said, 4 years, it's my contract, and then that's it. He went 4 years in St. Louis. I think it was St. Louis. It was 4 or 5 years. He did his contract, and he was like, okay, I did my contract. I fulfilled my contractual obligations. You don't own my rights anymore. I did my contract with you. You don't own me anymore. But the Cardinals were like, no, we own your rights, and you're going to stay here for an extra 2 years. And he took them to court and said, no, I did my contract. I played my entire contract. You do not have any rights over me. And he won. He beat them. That's why there's free agency in Major League Baseball. Back in the day, Caleb, before him, there was no Major League Baseball did not have free agency. You did not leave your team. You were kept hostage. You may have hated playing for your owner, but you couldn't leave. So you had to deal with it. He said, no, I'm not doing that. So then free agency was created in Major League Baseball. The NFLPA has a precedent. So we're like, MLB baseball had to get rid of this. You have to bar the franchise tag. It needs contract's the contract. He'll play his 5 years. After 5 years, you have to convince him to stay because he did his contract. But the NFLPA, like we say a couple weeks ago, is run by a bunch of idiots, clowns, criminals, and pieces of shit. And that's why the NFL still does the franchise tag, which I've always thought was some of the most illegal shit I've ever seen in my entire life. But, that's just me.
So technically, this is an option that he can technically break his contract and just pay back money, right?
Yeah, he could do that, go to court and pay back the last year because he played the 4 years.
That is an option for a player to break contract and just give back money.
Because that happens in other jobs.
Yeah,
you
can break your contract.
You can break your contract by saying
you just owe.
You basically just say, don't give me my 5th year payment, keep it. I don't play me at all this year, and I'm done. You could do that legally speaking, but then the problem is, does that make the franchise tag a year early? Oh, but I'm still going to franchise tag you.
I think you're just not with the team at that point. I think you're just a free agent.
Then he could do that. That would actually.
I think there's like some money things where whatever contract you sign, you owe them money.
Yeah, but he's already done 4 years of that contract.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his last 5th year deal. So if he says, don't pay me this 5th year, if I owe you money, I owe you this last 5th year. Basically, because I've showed up the 4 years, played for 4 years for you. I have fulfilled my obligations and you paid me for my obligations. The 5th year, I haven't played and you end up going to find me anyway. Don't pay me, make me a free agent automatically. That could change.
Is that an option? I don't know if anybody's ever done that before.
No one's ever done that. See, that's the thing. No one's ever done that ever. No one's.
I don't know if they have the option.
You just reminded me. I don't know. It could be he could take them to court, make it an option. I don't know. He could do that because I've seen other people break contracts and pay out money.
Basically, the NFL. That's what the teams do. They break their contract, but they pay them out.
Yeah, because they agree on a pay. They agree on like a settlement for that.
Have the money to do that.
Yeah.
Don't usually have the money to do that.
Well, yeah, they just only pay the guaranteed that's left.
Yeah.
So like if it's guaranteed, we still owe the player $20 million.
Wouldn't that be the same case for the player to do the same thing?
Yes. Yeah. Don't pay me my last year, making me a free agent, and you break the contract. Because his last year money is already designated for him. This is your money for your 5th year option. This is your money.
I don't think anybody does that because I don't think they have the money.
Because they don't want the team to keep the money.
They don't have the money to do that.
Yeah. Well, it depends on it depends on what the team. It depends on what you owe the team, right? Because if you tell them you don't got to pay me my last year, just break the contract and keep my money for the last year. Okay, but then you're an automatic free agent, and then you can negotiate your deal. But you lose out on a year of pay. But do you lose out on a year of pay if you negotiate a contract right away that pays you that year with another team? So you don't really lose money. You just let the Dallas keep the money they were going to give you anyway. So basically that's how because that's already your money. But you're just telling them, don't pay me because the contract's broken and I'm done. That's, you know what I mean? So then you don't really it depends on how they do it.
Yeah.
It depends on how they do it, right? It's like a buyout. It's like a contract buyout, basically.
Exactly.
But there isn't, but there in those contracts, there's no such thing as a player
buyout. Yeah.
A player buyout. Team buyouts all the time.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, well, if we don't want you, we'll buy you out all the time. But players don't do that. Like ever. There's no such thing. This will be the first thing ever. if he does it. But I
He
don't think
won't
he's
do it.
gonna do it.
He's not
He's not
gonna
gonna do
do
it.
it.
He's not gonna do it.
He's gonna play.
He's gonna play on the old contract. Yeah, man.
Because he just wants to play too bad. That's just him. And
That's most football players, man. They're brainwashed. They're robots, most of them.
And
They don't buck the system because
I think
they're
he cares
stupid.
about legacy and all stats and
Legacy and all that stats, legacy or whatever.
He's not missing games. He's not missing opportunities to get Defensive Player of the Year or stuff like that.
Well, he could do the Emmitt Smith thing and miss 2 games, and if the team starts but then he's gonna realize what's your first 2 games?
The Eagles. And
Eagles, Giants, right? Eagles, Giants. You may start 2-0, maybe.
Probably 1-1.
Probably 1-1. That doesn't put pressure on Jerry. Emmitt Smith, when he held out, you were 0-2. That put pressure on Jerry. Jerry gave Dak the big contract. Why? He broke his leg, and you guys went what? 14-12, 15 and 12 and
probably.
No, not 12-4 when he broke his leg. When he's out for the season.
We never had a 13-win season until like 2000.
No, Caleb. When he broke his leg, and you guys had a losing season.
Which one?
When Dak.
Oh, Dak. You're talking about Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, no, not Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith came back. I'm talking about Dak.
Oh,
y'all had what, like 5-12, 5.
Oh yeah, we were like 5-11 or something like that.
Exactly. So then that's when he lost the negotiation against Dak. It was like, if we don't have Dak, we're gonna be this. That's why Dak, off of a broken leg, got his contract. Funny enough, how he keeps doing this, Caleb. He never wins.
Yeah, that's the point. Like that's what I think.
We've been saying this for weeks. He's never won.
That's what he says. I mean, it's just for drama.
Exactly.
It's not really to win. It's just because what else would you talk about besides because it's always a story that's in the national, television or national news is talking about the contract and going back and forth and interviewing them, and it's always the same question. But other than that, what else would you ask? Like, there's not really much else going on with us.
No, because Caleb, if we really think about it, you guys really weren't newsworthy all off season until this moment. I know,
exactly.
And he was probably sitting in his office. He was probably sitting in his office like, yes, First Take's not talking about me. ESPN's not talking about me. Fox isn't talking about me. NBC, they're not talking about me. Why? Oh, because we're having a boring off season with a boring head coach. Nothing's going crazy. What screw you, Micah Parsons. And Micah's like, what the hell I do?
I mean, basically. I mean, that's just what it seems like he does.
He literally was sitting in his office like a crackhead. And his crack is attention. And he was like this. He was like this. I'm not getting attention. I'm going to insult my star player for no reason. I'm going to end up losing negotiations anyway. But no one's talking about me.
Well, at least
that's what you want. That means you're being well run.
Not what he wants.
That's not what he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what he wants? You know what he wants? You know what he wants, Caleb? You know what he wants?
He wants glory hole.
That's not what he's not. You know what I mean?
I want me some glory hole.
That's what he wants. That's what he wants, Jerry. That's what you want, Jerry. That's what he is, man. He's a fiend. He's a fiend, and his drug is attention. Like, generally speaking, like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand it. You've literally never won a single negotiation against any of your star players. You paid CeeDee Lamb his money. You paid Dak Prescott his money. Before Micah Parsons, you paid DeMarcus Lawrence his money. Sean Lee always got paid. Trayvon Diggs got paid. Zach Martin was literally sat out for 2 days. And you end up giving him his money. He doesn't even miss a game. He sat out 2 days of training camp, Caleb.
That was a little more than that, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah. But no, it was like, what? It was like a couple days.
Weeks. It was like a couple weeks.
No, it wasn't a couple weeks.
Yes, it was.
It was a couple weeks?
Yeah.
Huh. Zach Martin. Good job, dog. Yeah, exactly. A couple weeks before the season, he ends up getting paid. Tyron Smith always got paid. You guys paid Travis Frederick. He never, I don't understand why, we're going on for weeks, man. I don't understand him. You're not going
I
to
guess
win.
the only one that he won was Tyron Smith. That's because he did it early, and he did it for a long-term deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Zeke Elliott, you paid him. And that's why he's mad because Zeke Elliott fell off the face of the planet. That's probably why he's mad. But guess what? He was a running back. That happens to running backs. Micah Parsons.
That's why he got rid of DeMarco Murray before that.
Exactly. So he didn't follow his own.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand.
It's
so
really weird.
Yeah. Well, that one he can blame himself, but you're not gonna do that with the other players. Makes no sense. Just wasn't gonna happen. I don't get him. I don't understand him, bro. He makes no sense to me. We talk about a lot of is he a bad owner?
No, he's not a bad owner.
He's not a bad owner.
He's a bad GM.
Yeah, he's a bad GM. But is he a bad owner? No. But there's a lot of bad owners in the NFL.
You can't be a bad owner. You're worth the most money out of any NFL team or any sports franchise.
But yeah, you can.
How? That's what your job is to make.
Well, let me tell you. The New York Knicks?
Yeah.
They had a bad owner for many years. They were still the most valuable team in the NBA regardless. They were the highest value team, period.
Well, that's because
over the Celtics and the Lakers, who have the most championships. You can be a bad owner and still have a great evaluation, because the evaluation is what the evaluation is.
Dumb fans like you still paying for stuff.
I've never been to a New York Knicks game.
Well,
I've barely. I only have a couple of merch items. All right.
Why don't you go to the Golden State games?
Oh, I do. I did. They only play Golden State once a year here, and sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I've been to one. We lost, but I've been to one.
You used to go.
Speaking of dumb fans who buy merch and make the team evaluation big, look at you. I've seen your room.
Yeah.
That's you talk about stupid fan. Look at that.
Well, me not buying stuff is not going to make a difference.
Oh, so exactly same thing with me. Me not buying something makes no difference.
It would make a big difference.
No, it wouldn't.
You know, a lot of dumb Knicks fans.
I don't really buy that much stuff. I have a jacket and a hat. Merch is pretty expensive for that damn team.
Yeah, but you still root for them, so
it's fine. Rooting for them then doesn't really move the evaluation.
Yeah, but it's
You know what really moves the evaluation? Having fans who decorate their offices in full-on Cowboys gear, buying multiple merch items a year, having 15 different variations of the same jersey with 8 different names on them. That's a lot of
it's about the name.
It's about the name. Yeah, okay, it's about the name. Call me stupid. You're the one rooting for a team that never made it past the damn second round since 2000.
Your team.
My team did make it past the second round.
Not talking about football. I'm talking about the Knicks. They didn't make it the second round.
Yeah, they did. We literally made it to the conference championship last year.
But how long did it take?
We just made it.
It took like 25 years.
Okay, but we finally did. Where have you done it in 25 years?
No, we have not done
exactly. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Stop talking.
But it's our year.
It's our year. Okay, all right. It's your year. Okay. Every year is your year. It's fine. All right. Any other news and notes coming out of Dallas camp?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Let's move on, guys. We're at 30 minutes on the Dallas Cowboys. Jesus Christ. God damn you, Jerry.
We spent like 6 minutes arguing about other dumb stuff.
That's your fault.
That was your fault.
It's your fault. But I digress. But yeah, we had joint practice against the New York Jets today. It was good. It was good. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Really out of the joint practice. We had a couple of fights.
Justin Fields didn't look good.
Yeah. So that's the thing. For this injury for the second
pressure.
Well, no, exactly. That's the big thing, right? We had some injuries and some missing people like Art Green and Jermaine Illuminor and Dante Banks were on spot. Jermaine Illuminor, the reason he wasn't at training camp is that the birth of his daughter happened in the middle of joint practice, so he left, which valid reason. The others are all injury based, except Art Green. Art Green was absent for another personal matter. The other players were injured. Cordell Flott, Corey Black, Evan Neal, Drew Phillips. They all returned from injuries. Like a local high school rivalry. Giants is exactly Davon. Oh yeah, shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to Davon. I got Buck in the chat. I'm just here to hear Fares yell, Jay. Well, yes, that's true. Thomas Davis was a miracle. Exactly, man. His injury story was crazy, man. It was crazy. Like, he tore his ACL 4 times, and it was only the ACL, and that's why he kept his career mostly intact. Jay says, just like AI, Fares is learning not to drop the F-bombs. It's a miracle. Yeah, exactly, man. I've been yelling, and I didn't draw a single. I did say piece of shit, though. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, man, it was finally people are coming back from injuries. Our safety Tyler Nubin was doing the exercise bike. Shout out to Dan Duggan for doing this. So Kavon Wallace ended up getting some. It was a lot of injuries, right? So our safeties really were Javon Holland, Dane Belton, Raheem Lane, and Makari Page. TJ Moore, the cornerback, he kind of did some safety work, but it is what it is. So yeah. So that's why Evan Neal didn't play in the first preseason game, because you could see he was injured. I can see that. I can kind of excuse that. Jalin Hyatt, something's going on with him. I don't know what's going on. Like, he was a part of the team download early on in training camp, and then last week he didn't do anything, and then he didn't play, in the preseason game. He didn't do any teamwork this week in joint practices. Something's going on. I did see on Twitter, shout out to license plate guy, LPG. He's really tapped in. He says something with that relationship between Jalin and the team is like fundamentally broken, and it may be unattainable. Like, it may be you can't resurrect it, which I don't understand on his part, because we all know why he didn't get a lot of play. The quarterback did not have a deep shot in him. So him being mad about that is understandably, justifiably angry. That's cool. I understand why he's angry about that. He probably vented his frustrations to the coaches. I was like, hey man, this quarterback ain't giving me the ball. What's going on, coach? That's cool. But now you have a quarterback who will throw deep, who will try to activate your skills. And then you have the rookie who does the same thing. Then you also have the a third quarterback in James Wilson will throw deep. So you're kind of now in a perfect situation. I don't understand why you don't want your relationship with the team to like fix it, because you were the Biletnikoff Award winner. We drafted you. We traded up for you in the 3rd round. We didn't wait. We wanted you. So we went up and got you because they saw something in you. And I think I don't understand it. He could be mad that they drafted they drafted Malik Neighbors and re-signed Darius Slayton. But what you got to be mad about for? You're still on your rookie contract, so we can do that. But it doesn't matter. You got to take the number 2 job from him. From Darius Slayton. Because what's wrong with having 2 number 1s? I don't understand that he still thinks this is 1985 where it's 1 number 1. In the 90s where you had 1 number 1. No. Nowadays, you need 2 number 1s. Look at Cincinnati. Look at Philadelphia. Look what Dallas is trying to do. You know what I mean? Look what Seattle did last year when they drafted JSN. They wanted Jackson Smith and Jigba and DK Metcalf as 1 and 2. DK wanted to leave, so they let him leave. Being a 1A is okay nowadays, because 1As end up getting paid as well. They get paid too. So I don't understand his attitude. I don't understand it. I'm sorry, bro. If you probably think you're a better receiver than Neighbors, okay, go out there and prove it. Go out there and prove it. All right? You're probably mad that Daniel, and the problem is with Daniel Jones is he targets one receiver all the time. It was Darius Slayton for years. The only receiver that mattered was Darius Slayton. Then Malik Neighbors showed up. Then it was the only receiver that mattered was Malik Neighbors. You're going to have Russell Wilson, who knows how to feed 2 receivers the ball. Russell Wilson had 3 different wide receivers in Seattle that he spread the ball out. They weren't top level receivers in a sense, but he had Doug Baldwin, he had Jermaine Kearse, he had Tyler Lockett. Everyone got the ball. Everyone got the ball. Be that person. Like, yeah, Malik may get 150 targets, but you may get 100 targets. You know what I mean? So, like, you still can make an impact. So I don't understand why Jalin Hyatt, what's going on with Jalin Hyatt. Either the team is giving up on him, he's giving up on the team. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. But the biggest key coming out of the joint practices was that our defensive line basically dominated the Jets' offensive line. Makes sense. Why? Because remember last year when we played them and it was, no, not last year. Was it last year? It was last year. No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. You remember the game, Caleb, where it was snowing, it was raining sideways, not the Dallas game. And we were up 13-10 throughout the entire game. It was a slog. Tyrod Taylor got hurt. They played Tommy DeVito. Our defensive line kept us in the game because we were eating their offensive line apart. Zach Wilson had no shot at anything. And then towards the end of the game, our offense wasn't helping our defense. So Gary Wilson got free on one play. Got free on one play and he ends the game in overtime. So this makes sense. Their offensive line hasn't been good in a couple of years. Has not. So us abusing them in joint practices makes sense. And then it makes sense that Justin Fields uses his feet to avoid the pressure. But in a real game situation, they're crushing him. Of course, he evaded the rush in practice. We're not allowed to touch him. No one is. So, of course, he evaded the rush and completed a pass. It's misleading. Joint practices are misleading that way because they're given specific instructions. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Don't breathe on him. Don't even look at him. So, but if it's during an actual game, I'm pretty sure Abdul Carter and Brian Burns are taking his head off. That's just happening. Dexter Lawrence is eating him up for lunch meat. Like it's gonna happen. But that's the way it is. We dominated them. So it makes sense. But coming out of it, Jaxon Dart, his touchdown pass to little Jordan Humphrey against the Bills was actually an audible. So he audibled out of the initial play, and then he found the crease, he found the weakness for little Jordan, and he scored the touchdown. So it shows you, I know in preseason it's a little vanilla. Still, it's a little vanilla, but at least he's knowing how to pick up the vanilla stuff. Because the complex stuff will come a little bit later. But the vanilla stuff is what you need. Like, oh, he knows that. Cool. We have a baseline. Then we can improve his baseline. So that's good. He had a good game. He had a deep shot to Bo Collins. Bo Collins is back. He was injured. He had a little upper body stiffness or something happened with his chest. They said upper body, so I'm assuming like chest area. He's back. He's probably going to make the team. He needs to show up on special teams and show that he's a very good blocking wide receiver, but he also needs to add some catching ability. Like Gunnar Olszewski, he's been catching touchdowns in the game and in practice. So there's that. He did get sacked twice. Once was an overload blitz that got home immediately, but then it was also Braden McGregor. He didn't bite on the bootleg, right? Bootlegs, when you're doing a bootleg, you're letting someone free. You're letting one of the defensive line edges free. So he didn't bite on the bootleg. So he just stayed on the bootleg. He saw the bootleg and he came. So it's not really Jackson's fault that he didn't bite on the bootleg. He just didn't bite on the bootleg. It is what it is. He did fumble a snap with Jay Kubis, but you expect that because Kubis is learning how to play center. It was his first time playing center, so it makes sense. It wasn't John Michael Schmitz. And then, it was very lackluster because not a lot of the stars played in joint practices.
How?
Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams was held out. Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson were held out. Jermaine Illuminor was at the hospital with his wife. Malik Neighbors, his toe was acting up. Andrew Thomas is still hurt. He's still rehabbing. So the big names weren't out there. So it was kind of like, let's see who's going to take some jobs, basically. But yeah, it was kind of Russell Wilson had a good day. They did like a situational stuff where he hit all his passes on the situational stuff, but then we only got to the 43-yard line because the situation was 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the game. Russell completed all 4 of his passes to finish 8 for 11 of the day, but every pass wasn't deep, so he had to dink and dunk. He had to dink and dunk all his way. They got to the 43-yard line with 3 seconds left, and then Jude McElhaney, who's our international pathway player, he's an Irishman or a Scotsman, I think. Hold on, I gotta make sure because you can't be disrespectful. They get mad at you. They do. Trust me. Oh snap! He's from Derry, so he's Irish. Or Northern Irish, whatever he wants to call himself. I don't know, so I'll just let him. That's actually more dangerous now. He was setting up for a 61-yard field goal. He unfortunately came up short because trying to practice some field goals. I don't know why they didn't let Graham Gano do it, but I guess they're trying to see something from Jude. So we'll see about that. But yeah, man, nothing really out of the ordinary that happened. Jaxon Dart just keeps impressing people. They're from eyebrows up. He's really shown his mental acumen for the game. Yeah, man, nothing crazy of note. We haven't gotten who's gonna start. Oh yeah, they said, I believe it was all the healthy players will play.
Oh, who's healthy? You just
That's
said
the
all
thing.
those injuries.
That's what I'm saying. So I guess Malik Neighbor's not playing. Well, Andrew Thomas wasn't gonna play. Jermaine Illuminor is healthy. He just missed practice because of the birth of his child, which I respect. But yeah, like they said, healthy players are going to play. That's what they said.
How long is Russell Wilson going to be out there?
Yeah, like he only had a series against Buffalo. I think they're probably going to do 2 series, me personally. But exactly, how long will they play? They said healthy players are going to play, but how long is the key? How long is the key? I don't know. We'll see. Pretty sure Russell Wilson's going to start again. So we'll see what's going on. Yeah, the defense had a great week against the Jets in practice. So there's that. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. Brian Daboll, shout out to Charlotte Carroll. She's the one who got the coach. Brian Daboll on Giants starters playing this week versus Jets. Do what we think is best for the team. Daboll does emphasize again that there's no substitution for game action. So I think the starters will play.
Did you see the position rankings for the teams?
About what?
They I don't know, the writers ranked.
Oh, Michael Clay.
They ranked the position for all the teams.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw that. Coach Evans does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Evans does that.
Yeah, and I just saw we got a lot right. No, comparing to the NFC East rankings. I mean, obviously quarterback is not one that we agreed with them.
Mm-hmm.
But
all I see is okay. Oh yeah, so 32. It's New Orleans. New Orleans, of course.
Well, I'm talking about the specific, not the team.
The Giants.
No, I'm just talking about the positions themselves.
Yeah, the quarterback.
The quarterbacks, yeah.
So yeah, the quarterbacks. I guess. Let me see. Where?
Well, obviously they don't agree with us.
Yeah, so Philly's 5th. Dallas is 11th.
Yeah. Washington's like 6th, I think.
Washington is 6th. Oh, it's because of Jaden Daniels. Oh yeah, so
yeah, but they don't agree. We had Dallas 1.
Yeah, because we're going off of how Dak Prescott has barely lost to the NFC East. Period.
Yeah.
He's lost twice to us. He's lost twice to Philly. He's lost twice to Washington. he dominates the NFC East. But they're going off of what happened last year. Last year, he was injured. So he didn't really play at all. Washington, they made it to the NFC Championship game. So I understand what they're basing off of last year. We're basing off on historical context and what we really think it is. He's been the best quarterback in the NFC East his entire career. We'll see how he operates against Jaden Daniels. If Jaden Daniels beats him, maybe not. But Jaden Daniels lost to you guys when y'all had Cooper Rush. But they lost, though, not because Jaden Daniels played bad, so their defense wasn't as good as...
He actually did play bad in that game. He was really bad in that game.
Okay.
He was missing all. That's why they were low. That's why they lost. Because at the beginning of the game, he came back in the second half and made it a game, and that's why all the crazy stuff happened. But the first half, he was terrible.
But it's a bounce back, so it's fine, right?
I mean, depends if you think that a quarterback should play all 4 quarters good.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's a good point.
But
yeah, they agree with us on let's we're transitioning. Let's look at Mike Clay's list. Let's look at it. If you want to see another list, Coach Evans does his own stuff. He's already did it for the Giants and Dallas, I believe. So go on more sip to tally. He's done this for the last couple of years. I think he's ranked our defensive line pretty high, which makes sense. That's what most people in the NFL have done it.
Yeah,
so
but we did it differently than he did. So
we just ranked them.
He did interior versus
who? Coach or him?
No. I'm talking about the article.
Mike Clay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he did interior and edge.
Yeah, I think so.
So the edges is not the same thing as interior. Okay, got it. All right, then let's go to running back. So yeah, Dallas is dead last, like we agreed on.
Yeah, we agreed on that one.
Yeah, we agreed on. They're actually dead last in the entire NFL. We actually agreed on.
I don't remember if we had the Giants or Washington.
I think we said Washington because of Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson Jr. I think we did because because I'm only doing Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Devin Singletary because Cam Scadaboo's a rookie.
Yeah.
Right. So I think we went Washington because of. It's not even that. We also went Austin, Brian Robinson Jr., and Chris Rodriguez Jr. So those 3 against Singletary and Tyrone Tracy. So I think we leaned more Washington, I think.
I think we went with the Giants because the Giants actually had more yards than those guys.
Yeah, we did. Did we go what? Did we go New York? I don't remember. I don't remember now. We have to look back at the tape. Yeah. But they chose Washington over us. And then Philly's third, which makes sense. So they agreed with us on 1 and 4.
Basically, they agree with us.
Yeah. And then wide receiver, they went Philly 2, which we agree on. Dallas is 9. I think the reason Dallas is 9 is because George Pickens is a wild card.
They're taking the whole group, and we have
the whole group.
Everything after 2 sucks.
You two.
Everything after 1 and 2 sucks.
For you or for Dallas? For you.
For the Cowboys.
Yeah, because Philly has Jihad Dotson, so I
mean, we don't have much either.
Well, Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, that's a good point. We're 21, and Washington is where? 10?
Yeah, Washington's right.
What the fuck? 10? 10? Nah, bro.
They really
that's too high.
They really like Terry McLaurin.
They love Terry. They love Terry because they are not 10.
Devo's gonna have a bounce back.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Terry's not even there. So I don't even know how you can count Terry if Terry's not even, he's holding out. So you got Daboll.
The Giants last. That's pretty much how we ranked it.
Yeah, that's pretty much basically, yeah. I think the Giants were last 2 on that one, too. Tight end, where's Dallas?
We're the second, I think.
Yeah. No, Dallas is 6. Oh, so Philly. Philly's 14. Yeah. Dallas is 16. I think that's what we did, right? We went Philly first. Dallas Goddard.
Yeah, we went
Dallas over Jake.
And Jake.
And then where's
ahead of the Giants?
Okay, Washington's at 20 and we're at 28. Yeah, I think that's how we had it because we're not really, we still don't know what Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger are going to be.
Yeah.
And Thomas Fidone. And Washington has Zach Ertz and Ben Sinnott. And Zach Ertz had a great season last year. You know, he's getting old, but he has a great season. And then right here. So yeah, Philly's one on the offensive line. Absolutely.
We're next.
Dallas is where? Dallas is
17.
17. Dallas 17. Washington is 23, and the Giants are 28. I think that's how we had it, right? We had it like that way.
Even though you wanted to fight that, you had a better offensive line than Washington.
I still agree, but okay.
No, nobody agrees with that.
Oh, just because Mike Clay disagreed with me, that means I'm wrong?
No, that means everybody.
Who the hell is Mike Clay? Who the hell is Mike Clay?
It doesn't matter.
It's the first day I've ever heard about this man.
Who cares? Nobody agrees with you. Your
Whatever.
Sucks ass.
Whatever. It's just because I'm the only sane one in a land.
How are you the only sane when you watch your quarterback get sacked a million times?
Jaden Daniels made them look better than they are. Okay, that's all I have to say. All right, interior defensive line. So they're going defensive tackles, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And they're not okay. So we're 6th. Makes sense.
Yeah.
We have Dexter Lawrence. Philly's 13th. Makes sense. They have Jaden Carter, Jordan Davis, Oro Majabo. They did lose Milton Williams, so that's why they got knocked down. Dallas is 22. Makes sense. And Washington is 26. I think that's how we had it.
Well, we didn't really actually have it like that because we took in the entirety.
Oh, the edges. Yeah, we did also do the edges.
Yeah.
But I think we still had Philly too, right?
I think we had
because you had only Micah, but Philly has Nolan Smith and
we had
some other people.
We had Cowboys first and Philly then.
No, we didn't have Cowboys first. The Giants were first.
Giants were first?
For defensive line?
Yeah, okay, they might have it first. You're right.
Yeah, we defensive line. Oh, unless
no, we had the defensive line. No, we did have Cowboys first because I told you Parsons was more valuable than Dexter Lawrence.
No. Because we use because our edge rushers are labeled as linebackers. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why
we were first.
Yeah, that's why. Allegedly, yeah, sure.
Well, your edge rushers are coming up.
We're 2. Our edge rushers are 2. It makes sense.
Calm down.
Yeah. Dallas is 12. Where the hell is Philly?
They are.
Philly's 31st.
That's why we didn't have them very high. That's why they came in 3rd on defensive line.
Because they lost Josh Sweat. They lost Milton Williams on the interior, but they lost Josh Sweat. And who else did they lose? They lost other people. Who else did they lose?
Milton Williams.
No, he's a defensive tackle, so he doesn't count.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So Josh Sweat left, but then Nolan.
Don't think they're that good because they're not.
I gotta look it back.
Well, they already lost him before. They just don't think they're that good, which they're not.
Eagles depth chart. Who did they lose, bro? 2025 depth chart. So they have Omoro Ojomo and Jalin Carter were their defensive ends, and their linebackers are Jalix Hunt and Nolan Smith. Jalix Hunt, Aziz Ojulari, and Joshua Uche. That's why they're 31st.
Yeah, and Washington's last.
That's why. Yeah, Washington's last. Who the hell does Washington have?
They have Dorrance Armstrong and nobody else.
Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong and Dietrich Wise Jr. Their backups are Cleveland Farrell and Jalen Holmes. Take that for whatever you. Take that for whatever you're worth. All right, so then the best. They have Pittsburgh on there. Because of just TJ Watt. Literally it. That's literally it. Okay. Unit to watch is the New York Giants. Well, duh. So off-ball linebacker, they have Washington first.
I think we had them first, right?
No, but remember we used.
Oh yeah.
We used the entire unit, right?
But we have them second.
No. Remember, Caleb.
Because we had your linebackers first.
Yes.
Yeah, so we had Washington second.
Because the edges were known as linebackers.
So we had your linebackers first. So it's
Bobby Okereke, Micah McFadden. Yes, that's true.
And we had Washington second.
Yeah. It was Washington. It was about Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they have Von Miller. Now they have Von Miller, which kind of elevates them more. I think that's what Mike Clay did. Because they added Von Miller, they put him all the way up to 1. But this is off-ball linebacker, so Von Miller really doesn't count. So it's just Bobby and Frankie Louvu. And that's a good one too. That's a good one too. All right. Phillies 2 makes sense because it's Zach Braun and Nakobe Dean. And they have Jihad Campbell and Jeremy Trotter Jr. as backups. Jihad Campbell is going to be a problem, bro. Jihad Campbell is going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem for the next couple years. Then we go down. The Giants are 16th. I guess they don't really care for Bobby Okereke and Micah McFadden, I guess. So that makes sense. Then why aren't you last? Where's Dallas?
28.
Yeah, why are you 28? That's too high.
How's it too high? We have Overshown.
No, you don't.
We do.
No, you don't. He's on the injury
apparently
table.
He thinks that we have Overshown, and that's why we're.
Well, Mike Clay needs to get his stuff together. I like how we're not last on corner. That's crazy, huh? Okay, let's go corners. Phillies 4th makes sense. We had him at 4. We had him first in our rankings.
First,
Yeah. Washington's 15th.
We did not have that. That's where
we did not have that. Dallas is not Dallas. I think the reason he says Dallas is 19 is that you're injured.
Yeah.
Everyone's injured. That's why. We were thinking health-wise, everyone's fully healthy. That's why you were 2. But if we take into the injuries, you are 3rd. You are 3rd. Because Washington at corner has Trey Amos and Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Sanders still. They're healthy. Them being healthy means they're better. They're healthy. That's why they're ahead of Dallas. But they put the Giants over Dallas because of the injuries.
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so. Look at Baltimore being great at corner. Don't tell our Baltimore Ravens fans. They'll get angry.
Why do they not think they're good at corner?
No, they are good at corner. They're very upset because they said we should have reallocated funds to other positions. All right, safety. Washington's dead last. So they agreed with us.
That's why I said you don't have to know those guys. You were feeling bad that we put them last.
I was feeling bad. I was feeling bad for.
If you don't know who they are, there's a reason why we don't know who they are because they're terrible.
Quan Martin and Will Harris.
They're terrible. They're 32.
Yeah. Phillies 21st. That's because they're starting a rookie this year with Reed Blankenship. With Andrew Makuba. Dallas is 18th. We're the Giants. 16. Wait.
Yeah, they're over us.
I guess so.
Which is ridiculous. Well, I get because they're banking a lot on Holland.
Yeah.
But I get that. But that's one bad. I mean, that's one good, one bad. We have.
But see this thing, Caleb. We went full DBs. We added corners and safeties, right? We went just one. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at your safeties. Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker.
Yeah, 2 solid safeties. They're not terrible. They're solid.
Yeah. I guess on the New York Giants side, we got Javon Holland and Tyler Nubin and Dane Belton. I think they probably just think Javon Holland's better than both of those guys.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much. It's like what we did with Terry McLaurin, where he elevated the Washington.
That's why we put the Cowboys higher, because solid is better than good and bad.
Yes. All right. So, and then overall, the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the league. Is that what they're saying?
Yes, they have the most talent.
Well, don't tell our friends that.
I know they complain. I don't know where they're coming from, because every year they have a ton of Pro Bowlers. Everybody congratulates them on their draft picks. So I don't know what they're complaining about. Their team's always good.
Man. I don't know. They're pretty angry all the time.
They get angry a lot, and they complain about the players not being good. But compared to everybody else, I mean, they seem pretty damn good.
Well, that just proves to you how coaching matters. You know, Davon, hell nah. Thermo talented at growing home. I don't know what that means. They're talented at going home. Got it. That makes more sense. They're talented at going home. Yeah. This just proves to you how much coaching matters, Caleb. Their coach isn't up to snuff. You know? Because overall, they're talent-wise, they're number one, which is funny to me.
They're number one, the most talented team.
That's a
that
funny
means they
thing.
should win the Super Bowl this year.
That's what they're saying, man. Because safeties, they're fifth. Corners, they're one. Off-ball linebacker.
They're one in quarterback.
Off-ball linebackers 13. Edge rusher, they're Baltimore 22. That's actually not good. That's very bad actually. At edge rusher, they're 22. That's horrible. You know? Is this an eagle? If this is an eagle, welcome to the stream, Jack Straw. We appreciate shout out to the Eagles fans out there. You know, we may be Giants and Cowboys fans, and we may be a tad bit of a hateration, but we do give credit when credit is due. Davon, regular season champs.
Oh no, he's Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore. Sound like a bird. All right. Shout out to you, Jack. Hell yeah, fellas. Oh no, he's an Eagles fan. So we were wrong. Yeah. Yes. Well, no, but some of the units Baltimore is very bad at. Like edge rusher, they're 22. That's not very good.
No.
Yeah. Off-ball linebacker, they're middle of the pack. They're 13th. That's middle of the pack. You know? So that's not very good either. Then we keep going here. Interior defensive line. Baltimore is, where are they at? They're 11th. So yeah, then that's mostly up to Nnamdi Madubuike. And then offensive line. Here's the thing about offensive line, Caleb. Baltimore is 6th. They said Baltimore is 6th. They don't watch Baltimore football then. Because Baltimore is not 6th.
Well, that's what they said. They said it's 6th. It's a good
Jack
off the
Straw,
line.
I just like football, fellas. Hey, man, we love football too. Jack, welcome to the stream. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, baby. We're here every Friday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, and after every Giants and Cowboys game for this upcoming season. We are a Giants and Cowboys podcast, but we do touch on other spots. Yeah, they're saying Baltimore is 6th offensive line wise.
He's saying that they're one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Hey man, I gotta watch. Coach. Everybody we know do not agree with that. They don't agree with that. They have a phenomenal left tackle and a phenomenal center. You know what I mean? That's true. But their guards and their right tackle left a lot to be desired. Roger Rosengarten was a rookie last year. He had his rough patches, but he ended up playing very well. But their guards are criminal. Like Daniel Fa'alele, and I think John Simpson played very good last year. But Daniel Fa'alele, and I don't think they have John Simpson anymore. Let me double check. Do they have John Simpson? John Simpson, American football. Yeah, no, he's a Jet. So they got worse. They lost one of their starting guards. Daniel Fa'alele has not been looking good at all. I'm getting, from my Ravens homies, they're not big fans of the guy at all. Yeah, thank you, Davon. So offensive line, them being 6th, I don't know what Mike Clay has been watching.
They say
I don't know what Mike Clay is doing.
Good.
Here's the thing too. Good. They said they have the number 1 tight end group, Caleb.
They do.
No, they don't.
Who has the number 1 tight end group?
So Mark Andrews is the number 1 tight end in the entire.
Yeah, they're bringing the other tight ends. They're talking about the group.
So Isaiah Likely basically.
Yeah.
So just those two, Isaiah Likely.
Well, now everybody has two good tight ends. Nobody else does.
That's true, but one.
Who else has 2 good tight ends?
Kansas City got a good secondary tight end.
I mean,
we just don't really talk about him because he doesn't get the ball because Travis Kelce gets all the ball.
Gray?
Huh?
Noah Gray?
Yeah.
He's
good.
Right.
He's good. He's good.
Would you say he's better than Isaiah Likely?
No.
Exactly. That's why they have 2 good tight ends.
Travis Kelce's miles better than Mark Andrews. You know what I mean? Shout out to Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker will catch
I
on.
don't even think he's going to be the second tight end.
No, but here's the thing too. But look at 2, 3, and 4, Caleb. So Pittsburgh is 2, Vegas is 3. Vegas got one good tight end.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Baltimore's number 1.
Okay, I guess so. But ask Ravens fans if they think Mark Andrews
because
is
he
good.
dropped the ball.
No, he's dropped multiple balls. It's not like one ball.
One time.
No, it wasn't one time.
He dropped
it
the
wasn't
ball.
one time. So stop saying it's one time.
Just give a guy a break. He dropped the ball.
Give the guy a break, Caleb. If he was wearing Dallas Cowboys blue, you would be ready to execute the man.
I mean, he dropped the ball.
All right, stop with that. He dropped the ball. Yo, so wide receiver, they're 13th. Bro, they are not 13th at wide receiver, dude. What are we doing here? 13th? They are, bro.
They have a good receiver.
A receiver? Their other receiver is never healthy.
They have Hopkins now.
Okay, now they got Hopkins now. Okay, all right. Now they got Hopkins now. Green Bay is behind them. Green Bay has better receivers than them.
Do they?
Jadon Reed, Romeo Dubs.
Those are all like kind of okay receivers. Those are not like great receivers.
Jadon Reed he's better than whatever hell Baltimore got.
They got Zay Flowers.
Ooh, Zay Flowers. You mean the guy that says, I'm going to dive in and for a touchdown when I didn't need to? He ain't got a brain.
So lots of guys do that.
Yeah, and lots of guys are stupid. God, Seattle is 19th, bro. Seattle is 19th. Oh, Tyler Lockett retired. My bad. Yeah, no, Seattle is 19th. Scratch that. My bad. Wrong unit.
They have like one receiver.
Yeah, it was Jaxon Smith and Jigma. I forgot Tyler Lockett retired. Houston has better receivers than Baltimore.
But they're not healthy.
No, they are healthy.
I thought one of them's not healthy. No,
that's like their 5th receiver. John Mechie isn't healthy.
No, I thought their starting receiver is not healthy.
Nico Collins is healthy.
Is he?
Tank Dell broke his leg.
So he's not healthy.
Yeah, no, but he's no longer their other. Him and I think Xavier Hutchinson or something.
Okay,
let me
check. Okay, their top 2 receivers not healthy.
Let me double check. Let me check.
You just said that they bring in health into the factor when we're talking about
probably. All right, receiver. They have Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, and Jaden Higgins.
That's not good.
And Jalen Noel and Xavier Hutchinson. Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not. Yeah. All right. Indianapolis, no. Well, Indianapolis, Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, Josh Downs,
Really?
A.D. Mitchell.
Really?
You don't like A.D. Mitchell?
Well, I mean, you can't. Well, of course I do.
Yeah.
But really?
Well, we actually don't know about if they're good or not. Well, actually, we do know if they were good because Michael Pittman Jr. had a great season with Phillip Rivers, and then I think the first year with Anthony Richardson. I think the problem.
Ago.
I know, but the problem is their quarterbacks now are Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. So no one will ever know how good those receivers are because they have those 2 quarterbacks. But I think 13 is a bit 13. I don't know, man. Cleveland, no. Yeah. God, man. There's a lot of bad receiving units if Baltimore's 13th.
The one I liked is that they have the number 1 quarterback group, which means they give a lot of credit to Cooper Rush.
Yeah, right here. Former quarterbacks QB Cooper Rush makes a solid backup.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying. I got Cooper Rush.
Yeah. They're fifth in running backs, which makes sense, I guess, because it's Derrick Henry. And then the only people who are ahead of him are San Francisco, which is Christian McCaffrey and Isaac Garundolo. And then Philly with Saquon Barkley. And then you have Atlanta with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algiers. And then you have Detroit with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Yeah, I guess. So Ravens fans, our homies.
Stop complaining. You have a great team.
Stop complaining.
You have the number 1 most talented team.
Y'all have the number one most talented team in the league, guys. Enjoy. But they also have a bad head coach, so that is what it is. Shout out to Mike Clay. Yo, Mike Clay, I hope you don't take my comments as disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I didn't mean to say who the hell's Mike Clay. But shout out to Mike Clay. Yo, shout out to him. I get where you were trying to do. But yeah. We kind of agreed for most of it on the Giants thing. We kind of agreed for most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
We're smart.
Yeah, because we know what we're doing. But he broke up the defense a little bit more than we did. We did defensive line, linebackers,
Yeah.
corners, safeties. He did interior defensive line, edge, linebackers. So he separated the edges from the linebackers.
Yeah.
And then he went corners, safeties like we did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Mike Clay. Hope you had a wonderful day. Caleb. Fares, do you believe in Dart? Hey man, he's looking good. He's looking good, Jack. He's looking good. The touchdown he did against the Bills was off of an audible. I know, like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier. I said I understand that it's kind of vanilla defensive schemes in preseason, but at least he knows how to check for them. So we have a good baseline for it, because some QBs don't even know how to do that nowadays because of the offenses they run. Some of them don't even know how to do coverages because coaches are the ones telling him about the coverages through their headpiece. But him to see that himself was actually pretty good, you know. So that's good. Yeah, I'm liking what I see. I'm liking what I see. Oh, you know what? I do have one more thing to talk about, but it's a little. We are an hour in.
What?
It's about Josina Anderson and how So Shedeur Sanders started against Cleveland in their first Cleveland Browns game, which, you know, good for him, wonderful for him. And she was live tweeting his. I'm with you, Jack. I hope your O-line doesn't get the dude killed. I hope so too, Jack. I hope so too. So she's live tweeting Shedeur's game, perfectly fine, and then she calls out Giants fans. Be like, oh, shield your eyes, Giants fans. Look what Shedeur's doing. Acting like we were the only team that passed on him. Right? Because she knows if she said, look away, Saints fans, she doesn't get any play. Because there's a lot of Giants fans, and a lot of them are very reactionary. They react to everything. They talk about everything. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And people are like, oh yeah, us passing on him wasn't the most egregious pass out of any team. The most egregious one was Tyler Shuck being drafted by New Orleans, or Will Howard being drafted by Pittsburgh. And that's egregious.
The Giants were never going to take him, even if they thought highly of him, because of the interview.
That's what was said. Yeah.
So they were never going to take him,
no
matter what. So it's not even that they just passed on. They just weren't going to take him.
Yeah, because that story hasn't been debunked because of what we heard. That story hasn't been debunked where he didn't know what the hell.
No, it's true. Like multiple teams have said that he just didn't want to talk to them because he didn't think he was going to go that late.
Yeah. So even that, he saw Jaxon Dart and he saw a lot of malleable traits. Just like a Clay. He saw Clay with him, and he probably was like mini Josh Allen. That's probably what Brian Daboll said, mini Josh Allen, and that's what it is. The egregious one is New Orleans passing on him, Pittsburgh passing on him because they drafted Will Howard and Tyler Shuck, and I don't even think Seattle passing on him was that egregious because Seattle drafted Jalen Milroe.
Even the Giants, you have Russell Wilson, so
we had Russell Wilson.
So you didn't even need him.
yeah, we got
Drafted
Russell.
because you wanted to get better at the position, but you didn't need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why she pointed us out, because she knew she was gonna get attraction. She knew what she was doing, she that's what she did. But it's also like you're a reporter. What are you doing? You know what I mean? What do you do? But then that's the problem. That's the problem with employers nowadays, right? They don't want reporters to actually be reporters, right? They want engagement people, right? So these reporters got to start doing this engagement stuff to keep their jobs, which I feel sorry for the reporters, because they know if they don't do this, they will get fired. If they don't get the engagement, the clicks, the traffic, their job will be downsized. They will be fired, and they will get something else. You know what I mean? That's the problem. That's the problem nowadays, right? Like ESPN just hired 3 influencers for them. They fired a bunch of reporters, like actual reporters, so they could hire these influencers, because they want that piece of the pie that they fully don't know how to unlock. But the problem is, you guys can dictate what's being consumed if you tell them, we have reporters who are going to report stories, who are going to do long form interviews, who are going to do dissecting stuff. Here are the links to listen to these articles. But they are lazy and they want to catch a trend. They want to ride off of a trend that's it's not going to work. Because in the end, trends, what they do is they end up dying. What always stays is proper, detailed journalism will always never die. Journalists who actually be journalists will never die. That's what Josina has left multiple different spots, but she's still employed because she was a solid journalist for all of her entire career. I've always liked her work. She knew what she was doing. I'm not mad at it, because she knew that fan base is going to react. The other fan bases won't. Because it's been proven. They always react to everything. Everything. They react to everything. And that's why she pointed it out. That's what happened. But yeah. Shout out to Shador. Hope he has
It's one game too. Like, really,
one preseason game.
I mean, he could go out there and look like shit the rest of his career, like, just because of one game where you Giants fans are supposed to be like, oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, the egregious pass really was Tyler Shuck and Will Howard. That's something that was pretty bad. Even Jalen Milroe wasn't even that bad of a pass, because Seattle signed Sam Darnold and they drafted a quarterback that they can develop. Jalen Milroe is still very raw. He's not, he still needs to, I don't know who their offensive coordinator and QB coach is in Seattle. I hope they get a good one, because Jalen Milroe is pure untapped potential. He has a strong arm. He's very fast, tremendous athlete, and he just needs better coaching. And it sucks that he only had a year under Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. He only had a year. But I bet you if he stayed with Kalen for a year or 2, 3, like what happened with Michael Penix, he was with Kalen at Indiana, and then he went to Washington to follow Kalen, and then Kalen and him were together for like 3-4 years, and that's why Michael Penix Jr. is the way he is. But yeah. But on that note, Caleb, where can people find you, my man?
You can find me at NFL Caleb22 on Instagram and Twitter/X. You can find me on this channel tomorrow, because we'll be live again right after the games. Yep.
Same thing right here, guys. Tomorrow, right after the games. The Giants game's at 4.
Cowboys at 4.
Cowboys at 4. So we're probably going to go live
7:30,
8, maybe. Somewhere around there. I'll also be tomorrow. I'll also be on Rewatchers Council, MCU edition on our post-credit channel, where we're rewatching the MCU saga. Doctor Strange this week. So we watched Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch is the Sorcerer Supreme. So there's that. So make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you really enjoy the channel. We've gone to 222 subscribers. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that share. We appreciate you guys' love and support. And to all my Baltimore Ravens fans, you have the most talented team in the league. Good luck this season. Peace.